This presentation is about the use of 才 in Chinese. 才 is an adverb, therefore it should be placed before the verb. 才 does not have a straightforward definition. Its meanings depend entirely on the context in which the sentence is uttered. What is the context? A simple definition is the situation or environment where something is said or written. The basic usage of 才 we're going to discuss here is to indicate that the occurrence of an action is or was later than usual, later than expected, delayed or belated. Because of this usage, 才 is often translated as not until or finally. But sometimes 才 does not have a counterpart in English at all. It is the context that gives a clue about the need of 才 in a Chinese sentence. Let's take a look at an example for a later than usual event. Ordinarily, my father comes home at 6, but he did not come home until 7 today. The fact that my father usually comes home at 6 does not need to be mentioned. It is the context here. As long as you say that 我爸爸今天7点才回家, the listener knows that your father came home late today because of the implication of 才 in the sentence. Next, let's see an example for a later than expected event. 我请小李6点来我家吃饭，可是他7点才来。I invited 小李 to come to my house for dinner at 6, but he did not arrive until 7. So, 小李 was late. 才 is necessary in this sentence because of the context. Now, let's look at an example for a delayed or belated event. 昨天小高来我家聊天，他晚上11点半才回家。In this scenario, 才 is optional. It is used in this particular situation to imply that he spent quite a while at my house and went home late. If you do not wish to imply this, then you can simply say 他晚上11点半回家 without 才. Whether an event has taken place or not, a sentence with 才 does not have le. Let's look at two examples. First example, at a party, let's say that person A is the host. She says, 你想不想喝点啤酒? Would you like to have some beer? Person B is only 20 years old, so she says, 我明年才21岁，所以我还不可以喝酒。I won't be 21 until next year, so I cannot drink yet. The previous example is about next year. This example is about yesterday, but it will not have a le either. 小张昨天晚上10点才回家，所以他太太很不高兴。Yesterday evening, 小张 did not come home until 10 o'clock, so his wife was unhappy. There would be no le here, even though this took place yesterday evening. Now, I want to point out a common mistake that you should avoid. When you translate an English sentence with the phrase not until, you should keep in mind that the Chinese sentence with 才 is a positive sentence, not a negative one. For example, you want to indicate that you went to bed late yesterday, and so you say, yesterday I did not go to bed until 12:30. 才 is necessary because of what you want to imply. 昨天我12点半才睡觉. What you actually say is that you did go to bed, but it was late. So this is a positive sentence in Chinese. Finally, I want to point out that the need to use 才 is often a matter of subjective perception. For example, going to bed at 11:30 might be normal for Xiaogao but late for Xiaoli. Look at this dialogue. Xiaoli asks Xiaogao, 你常常几点睡觉? What time do you usually go to bed? Xiaogao replies, 11点半, 有时候12点. Xiaoli is surprised that Xiaogao goes to bed so late, so he says, 什么? 你11点半才睡觉? 才 in this sentence shows that Xiaoli perceives going to bed at 11:30 as being late. This concludes the presentation on the use of 才 in Chinese.